Are you signed up for tomorrow's Sword and Buckler tomorrow? Yeah, Sword and Buckler?
Yes, no.
Okay, so we may need to push the start time of it back because the buses don't run quite as early on Sundays.
Or you might need to pinch your buddy for a while. Just so you know, the bus system is a little bit later on.
He's able to walk for an hour, no?
So just so you're aware of it, if you need to, like, if you're not against going out with a taxi, I would probably recommend that.
But I think you know we're right.
We could also just try and figure something out.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you later.
Okay, the QR codes that are posted along the wall, those link to the tournament page on I sent out an email with the detailed rules earlier this week. We also have printed copies. I'm just going to go over the highlights here. And then, of course, feel free to ask me any questions you might have. The goal that we have with this rule set is we want to emphasize like sword actions and clean exchanges. That's the goal for what these rules are designed to promote. We're doing 3-minute rounds with a 12-point cap. And we have a 3-2-1 point system here. So for longsword, head and torso strikes are 3 points. We got single up. Extremities, arms and legs are 2 points. And any other sort of technical points you might get, ring outs, grappling dominance, that sort of thing is. Okay. I'll get that in a minute. Sorry. Yeah. Disarms, those are all 1-point actions. Single-handed strikes. Yeah.
Sword actions, roughly?
That's what I'm literally about to get to. Yeah. Spoiler. Yeah. So single-handed strikes. There are a maximum of 1 point unless your offhand is actively grappling. If your offhand is actively grappling, they count full. Be very, very careful of your targets with single-handed strikes. We have had and seen in other tournaments like serious injuries from like the knee getting hit with Geislers and things like that. So, like, we will be brutal on warnings for targeting, especially for single-handed stuff. Yeah.
For one-handed strikes, if you do grapple or present a threat, is that okay, or do you have to make contacts?
That kind of could depend. I would be fine with indicating the strike, but it might be better to just do a little both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, indicated strikes are generally worth points, but it's really easy for the refs and judge to not notice you're indicating it or think you missed or something like that.
Like, if it's a very clear indication, then of course that's full points, but it can get a little finicky sometimes if you're trying to indicate and the other fence is still moving around. So yeah, the answer is yes, but there could be some caveats on it.
So afterblows, we use a short afterblow window here. For an afterblow to be in tempo, it should have already been in motion when you got hit.
We can demonstrate that in a bit. Yeah.
And then unclear exchanges, generally worth no points to either fencer, but if the referee thinks that one fencer had a clear advantage through the whole thing, they're allowed to award 1 point to the fencer that's maintained the advantage through the exchange. Unarmed stuff, you can't have any intent to strike, so we're banning unarmed strikes. But incidental contact, missed grappling attempts, pushing for range, distraction stuff that happens to contact, that's all fine. None of it's worth any points, but it's all fine to do. However, if you lose hold of your weapon, whether it's voluntarily or not, that is a disarm and will give a point to your opponent.
If grappling distance is broken.
Yeah. Then you are disarmed, and they...
If it initial contact lands, then yes, you will get points for that.
You'll get points for that, and they'll get after-blow points for the disarm.
Oh, that's gonna be a nightmare to judge. Please don't do that.
Yeah, keep a hold of your sword. It's...
Or if that happens, just get into grappling range and you're fine. Land that thrust, stay in grappling range, and then I call break. Okay? Sure.
Okay, so warnings. If you get a warning, you are not allowed to earn any points during that exchange. We have escalating penalties for more than one warning during a match, up to automatic disqualification or automatic forfeiture of that match on the third warning. Warnings are basically what you all are probably used to. We've broken them down basically into three categories. We have unsafe fencing of any kind can be issued a warning. Key points to note here, illegal targets, spine, back of head, knee, like anywhere on the knee, front or back, is an illegal target in this tournament. Warnings can be given for attacking an illegal target, but also for failing to adequately defend your own vulnerable targets. The ref has discretion to warn either fencer or both, depending on the situation. Dishonorable or disrespectful behavior, I don't think I need to elaborate on what that might be. Yeah. And then tournament interference, don't influence the judges, be on time, that sort of thing. And that's basically a rundown of the rules. In Longsword, we have 29 people signed up. Or, well, okay, go ahead.
I remember reading pommel strikes were not allowed, but you could mark them.
Right, yes. Strikes with anything other than the blade of the sword are not allowed, but you are allowed to indicate them for points. That's the only exception to the touch rather than indicate rule.
Yeah.
Like,
Be wary that, again, it is hard to see
yeah.
at any time.
Because it was also all pommel strikes were full points, or are there only 1 point?
I believe one.
Yes, one.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to grapple down the throat or not?
We would prefer control takedowns.
Yeah.
So maybe not throws, but like if you control take someone down, that is fine. But do keep in mind that is just 1 point.
Yeah. The technical part of how we get grappling points is either lifting them out of contact with the ground or causing anything other than their feet to touch the ground. That's all you need to do to get your grappling point.
What about fencing and the opponent does something like this? Oh yeah. As it just brought him immediately lose a point.
I personally don't like it. I might penalize you for it, but we don't really specifically count that as a takedown. So while I don't like seeing it, I will not ban you from taking a knee.
So there's a grappling range.
I would prefer that.
Yeah.
Yes. Like if I am grappling and then you are forced down to a knee, then I would consider that a takedown. But if you are doing some, in my opinion, silly shenanigans, and take a knee from there, that's your technique. I don't have a problem with that.
Single elimination or double?
Yeah, so I was about to get to that. So we have pools. The pools are either 5 or 4 fencers each. We have 29 people signed up. 27 have checked in so far. Of those, we're advancing 16 to the eliminations, and it's single elimination until we get to the medals matches. The bronze and the bronze and gold matches are going to be best of 3.
While time allows.
Well, assuming time allows. Yeah.
How about what about
As long as it's done in a safe way, fine.
As long as it's not a full-on like excessive force rampage, I'm fine with it.
And this
Yeah.
will render points for the one who shot the other fence.
Yeah, ring out is 1 point for the
And typical ring out is it's both feet out.
both feet out. Yeah.
While they are doing that, will you count the marks as I can?
Yes. So, you are allowed to get afterblow points while you're being pushed out of the ring. So, if you hit them while they're pushing you out of the ring, you will get your sword action points as well. Yeah.
Push kicks.
I think that comes into the unarmed things.
Right.
And,
We were allowing
Yeah,
push
we're-
kicks, just you have to, there is a difference between a push kick and, kicking someone.
Yes.
That's why I'm
You
asking.
have
Yeah.
to be careful about it.
Right. Yeah. Again, it's in that borderline of it's fine as long as the ref can clearly tell that your intent is to push and not hit.
I'm fine with it, but do keep in mind our goal is to emphasize blade actions. So while we don't forbid it, we would prefer to see more fancy swordplay.
Yeah.
There are some niche situations where I know it's useful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah. So it's okay, but be careful with it.
I would just like to add one safety issue that we had in Sweden that is really good that I just want to mention. Keep your eyes on the opponent, whatever happens, especially if you're going to grappling. Then you're not exposed to back of the head.
Yeah.
So if you lose your balance, the opponent goes there. Don't focus on landing, focus on, woo, there's my opponent. You get hit in the head. Otherwise you get hit in the back of the head and the opponent might even not notice that you're on target. So please do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe a couple of clarifying points. Show of hands. Have you gone to, for example, HLO or Penguin Cup before? Then you should have a pretty decent idea of how tight we want the afterblow window, and how the blade actions we want to be looking for. So if we're thinking about the afterblow and I get hit, the moment I have to load up and then shoot, it's already too late. So the afterblow window is just essentially 1-2. We will, of course, be unfortunately a little inconsistent with it, but the goal is to keep it very tight. So keep in mind, if you get hit and at any point during that you have to load up, you're already too late.
Initial strikes count, not after.
Yeah, it's always the initial strike. So if you cut me in the hands and then the head, we consider the arm first in this case. Anything else that you think you need clarification for?
For afterblow, the highest score rewards to the fencer, regardless of who.
It's the weighted afterblows. So yeah, if he hits me in the arm, I hit him in the head, that would be 1 point for me. 3 versus 2. Anything else that?
Yeah. So from here up is torso, here down is arm. Similarly on the legs, here up is torso.
Yeah, the main goal of letting cuts be 3 points as well is to get rid of this. I was kind of torso neck area, 2 or 3 points. This is just still 3. Yes.
I want to ask for instantaneous doubles, not afterblows. Is that going to be just counted double, no points?
That would just be 2 points each, 3 points each, whatever. So, chances are that either zeroes out, or it could, it just turns into this system.
These are still scoring actions.
While I would like to just go double no score, that doesn't really show the quality that we're looking for.
You only get a maximum of 1 point from double.
Yeah.
Maybe also just to clarify, talking about fencing in a manner, you have to keep your illegal targets safe. Maybe one way I could explain it is, if I try to cut Runar, and I go all the way over here, and he has nothing else to target except my back, that is my fault for him hitting me there. I'm giving him no other option, and maybe he's already loaded and started.
It really indicates though that you
If he can, yes.
Yeah,
But like it's not at his fault for striking me there if I present it that way. That is the only viable target or like.
to act this out, if Haukon does a move like this, and I'm in mid-sin and I do hit him in the back of the head, that is still his fault. I should, of course, try to break and stop before I hit, but if I do hit, that is still his fault.
Right, and and the ref is entirely within their power to give Haukon a warning for exposing the for exposing the vulnerable areas in that situation, and not give her another warning before hitting it.
Oh yeah, protect yourself.
Yes. Unless there's anything else that needs clarification, I think we should get ready for pool 1 and 2. So I'm gonna go with, let's see, how much time do you want? Gear check in 10 minutes?
Yeah, and I do need volunteers for judging. So if you're not in pool 1 or 2 and you're interested in helping judge, come talk to me.
Yes, very good.
Okay. Okay, perfect.
I don't want to judge pool 3 and 4. But I
Right, yeah. It's like mentally I was thinking, like, somebody from 5-6 judges 1 and 2, somebody from 1 and 2 judges 3-4. So,
Annars det ligger flere I båtene etter det takker for alle søkene.
If you need me, I'm available.
okay.
It's just that I'll need to be free like an hour before.